Hi everyone, I'm Simon. I am the CEO and co-founder of Fast Track. I'm really excited to be here today to have this opportunity to talk with all of you about one of the most important changes that has happened to this industry since we went online. I've been in the industry for about 15 years and predominantly in the operator side. And so when we started Fast Track, obviously I moved over to the supplier side. I love everything about technology. I read up on everything there is to read about, and I am very involved with my tech team at work, and you can call me a proper geek. I've been working with a wide number of things in my career, but predominantly with product development and innovation. And I have a particular interest and passion for operational scalability. I have a real problem when I find something that is not working properly. I just have to get in there and try to fix it, whether it's a broken process or a broken product or just something that doesn't look right. I am dedicated to help our industry in transitioning into the next stage of the digital era. And together, we will fundamentally change how we operate and how we deliver value to our customers. A true source of inspiration for me and in my work is this, Formula One. Formula One is the pinnacle of motorsport. I had a huge interest in Formula One already when I was a kid, but that has grown over the years. And one of the first things that comes to mind is probably the cool cars, the drivers, and the different car brands. But for me, it's really been about the art of engineering. Every single detail that you find on a Formula One car has been placed there for a reason. There is no room for dead weight. There is thousands of hours of technical engineering and in order to place that particular part in that particular place. It's so elegantly composed, and as soon as you start kind of bending these laws of physics is where you find a lot of beauty, at least I do. Whether you're a fan of the sport or not, you can't really ignore what it represents. It's the pinnacle of efficiency, teamwork, process, technology, and innovation. They strive for perfection, and there is no room for error. Even when you're looking at something that everyone familiarizes themselves is the pit stop. They go off track and they try to change their tires and refuel their car. It's quite a phenomenal moment, and the world record for a pit stop is 1.88 seconds. Believe what goes into doing something like that. Behind these drivers, though, each team has 2 cars and 2 drivers. There are hundreds of people working behind the scenes with one common goal, and that is to win that race. But why am I talking about Formula One, and what does that have to do with what we're here to discuss today? Well, I'm going to get to that, but first I need to go through a couple of other things. The iGaming industry is facing a completely new type of challenge today. And this is to get rid of that operational debt that we have built up over the last decade. We need to achieve operational scalability. The next natural step in the digital evolution is for us to deliver truly personal experiences and services. And in order to achieve this, we need to work with automation and machine learning. The problem is that we are not really set up as organizations to work with automation and machine learning today. And that brings us back to the operational scalability. The very same thing that makes us operationally inefficient is the one that is blocking us from doing automation. Our daily operational tasks and daily routines, you might think of, is very, very inefficient. So take things like game releases, communication, translations, bonuses, segmentation, or player analysis. They are very time consuming, and one of the main reasons why that is because of the vast amount of tools and platforms that we work with. To achieve operational efficiency, we need more streamlined processes. To achieve automation, we need central orchestration. This means that we will kill 2 birds with 1 stone simply by working in fewer and smarter systems. Formula One is a phenomenal example and an inspiration that we should look up to when it comes to get things to work closer together and get the most out of every component that you work with. We are now talking about the digital transformation. Digital transformation is different in every business. If we would look for some kind of a common description, it would probably be something like the integration of all the digital technology into every area of our business to what I said earlier, fundamentally change how we operate and how we deliver value to our customers. What does that mean for us? And if we try to translate this into the gaming industry, what does it mean? I will give you a first example. The most important is the one central orchestration. There is no industry with so many back offices as the gaming industry. And let's be honest, if the industry could be up against an award for the number of back offices that we use, we probably have a pretty good chance of winning. As mentioned previously, this is one of the most important blockers. We need cohesive processes and strategies that joins our team together and puts our business systems and become integrated to each one another and speak to each other. In many cases, it has been different systems for each team, but one must communicate to the next. This is an important part of our digital transformation. The second one is the fundamental change that requires compliance safeguards. Many of us are working across multiple regulations today. Each market has their own regulation, and there is tons of policies and processes to keep up on, and it can be very costly to make a mistake. It is scary how vulnerable these processes actually are, and we need to build technology that is going to help us overcome this challenge. We need to be blocked from making mistakes in the very tools that we are building from, and we need to adhere to the policies and processes that needs to be integrated to our business environment. It's all about eliminating pain points. Another fundamental aspect that the digital transformation brings is the cultural change. We need to continually challenge the status quo, experiment, and we need to be okay with failure. All of these things are going to benefit us, and we will be focused on improving rather than maintaining. Your staff and our staff will be more happy because they will actually be able to do the job that we hired them to do. We know we're doing well when we can say that the majority of our time is spent on improving rather than maintaining. Some of you might think that it's too late. Is it? Well, me and my team has been speaking with hundreds of operators over the last year. And I can tell you one thing, this is the right time. We are entering into a new era. And in not too of a distant future, we are going to see some operators separate themselves from the pack. The first group, they are going to continue as nothing has happened. They will go into new markets, they will enhance their site experiences, they will integrate new content providers, just like before. The second group, however, they are going to invest in their tech. They will do that with the main focus to achieve operational scalability and enable the organization to work with automation and machine learning. They will come down with investments and slow down on things that they have already started investing with and capitalize on what they already have. They will develop cohesive strategies that goes cross teams, and walls will be torn down between teams, and we will work closer together. They will work actively to consolidate into data systems that are central. They will reduce the number of back offices that we use as a business. And whilst the first group might be the short-term winners in this race, the second group will dominate in the long run. There is no room for inefficiencies and repetitive tasks in our modern reality. And this is our ability and focus on investing on this internal infrastructure is going to set us up for the future. In this aspect, we have a lot to learn from Formula One. They do it really, really well. But what does the future hold for us who are successful in this transformation? Well, in not too distant future, we're going to start running self-optimizing campaigns. The only thing we will need to do is set an objective and a constraint. Automation platforms will ensure that the right player will get the right offer at the right time in the most receptive channel, and it will do it in a responsible and safe manner. All the channels that we work with will be fully integrated. So it doesn't matter whether you see a display ad or if you get a message on your phone, everything is going to be as personal. Our teams will be focused on the creative part of the process and use a scientific approach when they build content libraries and run experiments rather than being focused on execution. Our site experiences will become truly individualized, and the vast amount of content that we built up over the year will be perfectly fit to every individual. Machine learning and artificial intelligence will be a core and fundamental part of everything that we do. The winners of this race will be the ones that invest in operational scalability. With other words, we need to adapt or die. Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak to you today, and I'm wishing you the best of the continuance of this day. Thank you very much.